What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. I'm your host, Christian_CFS, and we are in the building. Man, we had a great episode last week. For everybody that did not watch it, go and check it out. We actually had a round table that was with the homies, and we did it live. And y'all let us know down up in the comments on that video if you want us to do like another live. Typically, we don't do lives like that. We just normally do a recording, and we push out our Tuesday content for the audio version on Tuesdays, and then on Thursday or Friday we'll push out the actual live content, and then throughout the week we'll push out some little teasers here and there. But yeah, let's get off this and let's just go straight to Mr. K Camp. How you doing, Mr. K Camp?
What up, what up, what up? Shalom Akim to my good people. Shalom Akim to my bad people. We learn to become good. Why? Because we need good people in this world, Lord Jesus, we do. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Not much. Man, I'm good, man.
Weekend straight.
Weekend's great, man. Can't complain.
It's great to hear. I had a good weekend too. This is
I know. Let's talk about it.
of a week though.
So, hey, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about just so y'all know, we always talk about family starting off. Like, if you don't want to hear anything about the family issues and like what we've had over our weekends, you can go on and push past. You'll see it down up in the timestamps, and you can start off right there. But we're going to start off with the soccer, man. Tell me about that game that you talked about up in the text.
Oh, it was a hell of a game. So that, like in the Winter League last year, in the Spring League, they've beaten us. We have not beaten them. Then they beat us week 1 this season too. And so we were.
You're now listening to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. And now your hosts, Christian and Chris, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports.
So we circled this game on our that game was our only loss. We circled this game on our schedule, and so we're looking forward to this game. We go out there, we go up 3-0 on them. It's halftime. They come back, tie the game up. My son was playing defense and got caught out of position. Got them 3-3. Pissed me off, but it was 3-3. We had about 2 minutes left, man, and so we scored. And we won the game 4-3. It was a hell of an exciting game, though, because we had so many chances. So many chances to score. The score should have been like 7-8-3. We kept hitting the pole. I was like, come on, missing shots. They blocking, good defense. But it was a great game. It was one of them games you would put on TV, but it's 5 to 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
I love a game, though. Yeah.
Okay. That's funny because you had a good game and my daughter had a good game too as well. Not her per se. She's still ready. She's still ready to say. She's still ready saying like, "Hey, Daddy, when the season's gonna be over?" Like, Daddy, I already told you I'm out here to have fun. That's all. And I was like, "Hey, baby girl, you continue having fun out there. Continue having fun." And that's what she did. She had fun. And this game was similar to yours, but instead it was the opposite way. The game was a shutout for the entire game until the fourth period. And then I say it's like 2 minutes left. The whole team was like going back and forth. Nobody's scoring, like big shots here and there. And then all of a sudden, the other opponent team ended up getting like the last second goal. And then like 2 or 3 more possessions after that, man, the game was over. And I was like, dang, that's a heart beater right there. Because I was like, hey, man, this is probably like the best game I've seen them actually play, even though it was a good defensive matchup going back and forth. And I was like, man, I'm cheering hard for both of them. I'm like, hey, man, go ahead, go. I want us to win, but I'm like, you said you want to have fun. So just go and have fun out there. And it's just, that's how it ended. And then she came in after the game, was like, Daddy, the season's over, right? I was like, yes, it is. And She was like, "Thank goodness." I was like, "Yep," but guess what? You got tournament now. The regular season over. She was
Oh,
like,
goodness. Yes.
she was like, "Oh my goodness, not the postseason." I was like, "Yeah, you got to practice for this." She was like, the coach said we ain't got regular practice. I was like, "I know you don't have regular practice anymore. You got a playoff practice now." So,
Practice. I feel
but
it.
yeah,
I'm
so
ready for the season to be over with too. I feel you, Brooklyn.
yeah, so like
But then
she's ready for it to be over. She already said, I was like, "Yeah, we ain't got to worry about it next year." She was like, "Well, can I do dance or something?" I was like, "Baby girl, your daddy ain't sitting through no dance. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not about to be putting up there 16 hours at a dance
it's like
recital."
that.
Oh, dance
Oh.
recitals? Dance recitals are like all day. They like from 9 o'clock to about 6 o'clock. It's like you working a daggone full-time job.
Shut the front door. So last game, we had a game at 12 and then 3.
But then you want to know like the one thing that she came back and said? Well, just think about it like this, Daddy. If I'm going to the dance recital, you can at least work on like your podcast and get all your notes and everything already.
Come on,
And I was
Brooklyn.
like, you good.
That's a good point there. You sure right.
I was like, you right. So, baby girl, you might get a little check right there. You're going to get that little check mark, man. But, yeah, we'll see what ends up happening.
Like that.
Nah, I didn't. But everybody, man, we are about to get off our rebuttal of like how our weekend was. We're going to get into the action because I know you're ready for that action, Jackson. So go and sit back, relax, and then enjoy. And don't forget to like this video. Send us comments down at the bottom. And just give us a thumbs up. All of it's free, y'all. All of it's free. So just like what we normally do, we try to go over the show and just to understand you just so how we're going to go. It's going to be strategy focused. Then after that, we're going to do fantasy question of the week. And then we are going to go to CGP news. And then we're going to go to buy, sell, and hold. And then we'll give you the topics once it happened. So let's get into it. So strategy focus, man, we are talking about rebuild. We know the season is coming down to the midpoint. I know a lot of people are probably reaching their trade deadlines. So strategy focus, man. It is that time. It is that day. What are you going to do? Are you going to rebuild or are you going to go all in? Identify your identify your dynasty path. Which one are you going to do? Like, let us know down up in the comments. Let us know what your record is. Let us know what you thought about doing. And then you end up turning out going rebuild. And then you realize as you're doing this rebuild, your team ended up being better. So now you got to figure out, are you going all in now? So let us know down up in the comments. Let us know down in the comments. What's your thoughts over there, Mr. K. Kemp? What is your thoughts?
As he's talking, I'm looking at my team because I have a decision to make. I'll be honest with you. I'll be frank. I don't know what to do. I have not made a decision yet. Thanks to my co-host, who I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get the trade deadline is with the NFL. I think ours like week 12. So I see some time to make a decision. Week 13, week 12.
Week 13.
I don't know because my team is about to be 4-4. My team is probably the healthiest team. I ain't looked at nobody's team. I got one person out. Other than that, my team is pretty healthy. So I'm like, I might be able to. They just stay healthy and they get to going and doing what they're supposed to do.
Can you get
might
that
be able to
snowball
pull this
effect?
thing off. Might be able to pull this thing off. So, I hadn't made a decision yet on what I'm gonna do with my team. Looking at the standings, like I'm in the playoff race. I think I'm gonna be in the playoff race right as it stands right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. My team started 0-2, 0-3. Started bad.
Yeah, something like that.
So I haven't made a decision yet. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with this team here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna talk about the same team, and then I'll go a different direction. I really don't know either. Like my team is like straddling also as well. The difference between my team and his team is my team is completely injured.
Right.
They was going down like domino effects. And now the one thing that they're starting to do now is they're starting to get healthy. And now that they're starting to get healthy, like my wins are starting to come. My normal point range of what they're supposed to be doing is starting to show up now. And that's why your boy is straddling like, all right, so what do I want to do? It is fun blowing up your team and going all in, but then it's also fun winning that championship and actually hosting that belt. And like in our league this year, we're doing something totally different. We ain't doing the trophy anymore. We're actually doing
We're
belts.
not?
No, we're doing belts. Yeah, I made the announcement. So
Mm.
pretty much every team is going to do a belt. So
Yeah.
so if you end up winning the belt one time, the only thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add the actual clips to it. So then
Gotcha.
you ain't got to worry about buying a
Oh,
new belt,
okay.
things like that.
Just like boxing, and plus it'd be easier
Mhm.
to ship that too than that big ass
Yeah.
trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
That's
figured
real.
that'd be a lot easier. Then I'll give people motivation, like, hey, they can host it up. Like this is the year that I won, things like that. But yeah, man, what are y'all doing out there? Are you rebuilding or are you going all in? And just what's y'all strategy and like what y'all trying to do? Man, we're going to talk about it a little bit further in depth up on the fantasy question of the week because you know this week is dealing with rebuild or going all in. And we're just going to go a little bit further down. We just want y'all to get up in your mind and think about it and see like what y'all going to end up doing. And we'll tell you what we're going to end up doing. So now let's go and go into the fantasy question of the week. Is it time to rebuild or make a championship push? And when I think about this, the one thing that I am doing is I'm actually assessing my team. I'm looking from top to bottom, looking how old my players are, physically understanding if I've been in a championship for like 6 years straight. Do I just want to blow up my team just to have fun because you winning all the time? And like being up at the top, man, sometimes it's boring, man. You get the same.
Stop. See, I don't like
this,
that. I don't like that shit there.
You get the same effect. Like you always winning every year. Every year you
I
win.
don't want to hear that this year because that ain't the deal this year. So I don't want to hear that this year. That ain't why. If you don't make the playoffs, that ain't why. Go ahead.
So
don't even
then
try
you just
that.
your team is just always performing. You're always up top, man. You don't know what to do. So now you got a tough decision to make. Do you rebuild or do you go all in? And as you're assessing your team, you're determining, prime example, the reason why I'm using my team as an example. I have Patrick Mahomes. I have Christian McCaffrey. I have Jonathan Taylor. I have Ramondre Stevenson. I got CeeDee Lamb. I got Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I got Sam Laporta. And in this league, we do a defense and a kicker. So those really don't matter, really. So that's pretty much how my team is right there structured off. As you can tell, some of my teammates, they're already hurt. Been down there. Also got your boy Raji Rice, but we know what happened to him. Also have Terry McLaurin up on the bench, and then that's pretty much just all you know. So now I'm accessing my team, and what league that we play in Reality Sports Online. The only platform out there that lets you physically do a full-time salary cap league with contracts. And we're not talking about these little bitty contract leagues that you're talking about. Oh, yeah, I got a contract here and there, and it's just the numbers. No, this is like the NFL. You have a 3-year deals, 2-year deal, 1-year deals, and 4-year deals. Probably the best to see, are you really the best GM? And it's an auction style too as well. So you can always tell your league mates, anybody can go into a sleeper league and then like put their money up and say, hey, like my team is like the best. But put your money up in like a Reality Sports Online type of dynasty league and see how good you really are to be able to manage cap and to be able to manage players and to be able to manage your actual draft picks as well. So let's see how good you really are. And let's get one of your league mates just to start one and just let us know how it's going on.
It's way more legit. We don't do redrafts. We do that.
Yeah, nah. Redrafts is for the birds. Now, if you are a first-time person in fantasy and you're trying to learn, a redraft league is great to do to understand the concept. But then after a year or two in redraft, I think it's best that you try to gradually move on to a dynasty league if you like football year round. But as I'm looking at my team and I'm just thinking about it, like just like what I said before, my team is actually about to be 4-4 this week. I think that's what it's about to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're about to be 4-4, and with my team being 4-4, I'm on that strategy line bubble. Like I'm trying to figure out the one thing that I did know, and I did tell people, I was like, if my team goes 2-1, you better be ready, because that means that they starting to crank it up. And the one thing that I looked at on these next couple weeks, my schedule is pretty good.
Your NFL schedule or teams you about to play in the
My
league?
teams that I'm about to play, it's pretty good.
Oh, we must got a week. Yeah,
we will see what happens. I'm not saying that they weak, but I'm just saying that they are not the toughest.
Well, you know, we see this guy there.
So we're going to see what's going to happen. But right now, my mindset is to keep pushing and try to get one asset, because right now, my only asset I think I'm hurting at is QB. And if I can get a QB that puts up 20-some points a week, your boy going to be in there graciously looking good back into the championship again.
You think that's all you need is a QB? Okay.
So based off of that, I'm saying, I might go for another asset too. But right now, what I'm looking at, I'm trying to go all in. So I do have 2 firsts up in 2026 that I might push out there. People talking about 2025. I don't make a difference to me, really. You want to know why? I already used them just to win a championship last year. So it worked out. So your boy went all in last year and they ended up winning again. Let's see if we can do it. If we do that 3-peat this year.
What I'm saying is you count this these 26s like they gonna move the needle. They're not gonna do nothing. I don't think. I could be wrong. I mean, it depends on who you're going for too, right? You know.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what we're doing. That's fancy question of the week. We're gonna go to the co-host and see what he is thinking about. Is it time to rebuild, or it's time to make a championship push? Let's talk about the question. Let's see what he thinks some people should do out there based off their record, and just give some type of examples.
I mean, like you were saying, it depends on. Look at the schedule. Look at the schedule you about to play. You about to play like the bottom echelon of the current league, of your current league. You know, they combine, they averaging out to be 2-5. It's week 7, right? No, but week 8. So they 2-6 or 3-5. They're probably done. And so, you know, you about to play those teams, looking at their team mostly hurt, injured. Yeah, you know, if you think you can win off like 4 in a row, 3-4 in a row, get you to 8-4, hey, you're a playoff team. Anything can happen in the playoffs. So, but yeah, you gotta make a decision though. Now, like I haven't made my decision yet. You know, typically the trade deadline is November 5th, same as the election day. Make sure y'all go vote. Is November 5th, and so, but my commissioner here, he got our trade deadline up. I think week 13, so I have a little time to make a decision. So I'm gonna assess again. If I get to 6-6, hopefully by then, and I'm week 12, I'm 8-4 and not 6-6, because I might just call it that at that point. But it might be too late to try to get a good draft pick. So you got to be mindful of that too. You know, people might might want to get a good draft pick way too late. You know, yesterday's price is what? Not today's price. So I'm mindful of that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You did your best, man. You did your best, man. Hey, y'all, man. That's what happens whenever when you don't be up at the top, man. Man, it's hard to make your decisions clearly. So
no, it ain't that. I didn't been at the top. I didn't been to the mountaintop. I didn't been to the mountaintop and tasted the land of milk and honey. I didn't see it and walk to it. Yeah. Hey, I didn't. I was not like Moses. I walked in that thing. Moses, he didn't walk in there, but I walked in there.
All right, man. You know what's funny about this? Sometimes we have one particular owner in our league that always talks about winning the championship, but then in mid-season he changes his mind and they're gonna retracts it.
Reality hits him. Reality bites. What your boy say? Reality is a biat, and she bites. Yeah.
So it's like, do you really want to win one or not? Like, what if we just stopped doing the league and was like, hey, man, so everybody, hey, if you won the championship, hey, congratulations.
Congratulations.
But then on him,
he is. Go ahead.
Now you good. Go ahead.
He is the Jerry. He's the Dallas Cowboys about the past 27 years. That's who he is. He's got the marketing scheme. He talked the most. Get there and choke. Ain't won nothing. Ain't sniffed the championship game. He ain't sniffed the
championship.
I would not championship. But I was gonna say like a division championship. Like AFC, NFC. Yeah. He made it to the semis. He probably made it to the semis though. He might have made it to the semis. He might have made it to the semis. I can't.
He made it to the semis.
But definitely
the semis against you.
That was in the other league. He did that in the other league.
Okay.
Last year, and I kicked his tail in nationally, and I lost him the championship. But yeah. But yeah, he's the Dallas Cowboys of our league. He's Jerry Jones. He's essentially Jerry Jones. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, man. Let us know down up in the comments. Do y'all got like a GM owner like that up in y'all's league that thinks that their team is like the top notch, bona fide, going to win it all, and then mid-season they're like, let me just go and retract this and I'm not even going to the playoffs. I'm not even trying to go to the playoffs. Like, y'all going to have
he's
fun.
Tanking on purpose.
Yeah. So tell us where you do that at.
In the words of Lauren Hill, how you gonna win when you ain't right within? This is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, some people just don't get it, man. Some people just don't get it. But hey, man, we gonna go into the best segment of the week, like what we doing, and just so people know that was the fantasy question of the week. Is it time to rebuild, or is it time to make a championship push? Let us know down up in the comments what y'all are trying to do, and let us know like the strategies that you're going to end up doing. Who are you going for? Like, let us know some players that you're going for, because later on in the episode, we're going to tell you who we going for. So now let's kick to it. Talk about that CGP news.
Oh,
man.
I ain't going to lie. Go ahead, you can start.
Nah, you good, man. I'm not going to lie. We're going to talk about some games, man. This week probably had to be the best games I've seen in the NFL this week. You got Tyreek Stevenson, and you already know the game I'm going with first. We got to start off with the Bears, and we got to start off with the Commanders. There's no reason why the Bears should have lost that game. You got Mr. Tyreek Stevenson yapping to the fans as the play is going on. Pretty much, y'all, where they do that at. You are an NFL player. I understand that you talking junk to the fans, talking about how y'all done won and everything. But, dude, it's still 2 seconds left. 2 seconds left, dog, still. And you still yapping. Man, the fat lady ain't sung yet.
Nope.
And then, not just you yapping at the mouth, you realize that, oh, snap, the play has been running for at least 5 seconds. So the players are getting closer to you. But now the players are running to the other side of the field, nowhere close to where you are. But then you take off.
His back turn.
Yes. You take off full speed to the other side of the end zone. And then you make the bonehead play. Like the coaches talk to you about tipping the ball down, not daggone doing a tip drill video, like just tipping it up.
I think he was trying to tip it down. You don't think he tried to? But he was over there. He had to run over there. He had to run.
He had to run full speed.
He had to run.
He wasn't in position just to tip it down properly.
Exactly.
It's sort of like that. It's sort of like that daggone oops play, like where you dive, you like oh no, and then you hit it, but then it still deflects going back behind you. Didn't realize that Hey, that's how the Hail Mary's taught. You have one guy behind and you have one guy in front. The best play I've seen up in a while, sort of like the Aaron Rodgers play, but this one just had that little bit more into it because of what the guy was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think happened to him? Like, what do you say?
Live and cut his ass, dummy, Dumbo.
So, do you think he needs to be benched for like a quarter or two?
I'm for sure. I don't know who they play next, but yeah, it's gonna be more than just a dog or two. We're gonna bench you. You gonna know. I heard Sorry put out an apology. Well, beat it. Yeah, we're gonna bench you for a quarter, a half, or something. You need to learn. You're gonna learn today.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why I'm asking you that is because what if the Bears miss the playoffs by daggone one game?
Oh my God! Right.
And then you're gonna go back to you can't go back to. I don't care what they say right now, and y'all let us know down up in the comments. Let us know how y'all would feel. Let us know what y'all would do as the head coach. There is no reason whatsoever. If they miss the playoffs, they don't look at any other game. The only game I'm going back to is that one. Because at 2 seconds, do we know the actual outcome? Yes, you could hit it up in the other way. And like McLaurin ran it in. But the probability of that happen is very slim. Slim to none. So, what else is going up in CGP news?
Before we go, I have a question. Doing a Hail Mary, why don't you put more pressure on the quarterback? I don't understand that. I know you typically you want to drop 8, rush 3, drop 8, right? And they probably have 5 blockers? They have 5 blockers.
Yeah, they got 5 blockers.
So they have 5 blockers plus the quarterback is 6. So that means that at least 5 wide receivers, right? Okay, so if there's 5 wide receivers, F that. I'm rushing 5. I got 5 linemen. I'm rushing 5, man. I'm not giving him time. I'm not giving him time to get down there. I'm not giving him time to move around, kill the clock, kill 8 seconds, 12 seconds. I think he killed 13 seconds before he threw the ball. I'm not finna do that because I want to put pressure on you to make you throw it short. Got to get rid of it. Take a sack. I'm not letting you get down there. I don't understand that why they don't put more pressure on quarterback instead of letting him just do that.
And I think that really comes down to the coach itself and trusting his team back there, I would say. Like it comes down to like the coaching, because I have seen where people do like a Hail Mary and they blitzed. I mean, they got 7 people coming in.
And did the Hail Mary work?
Oh, no.
It did, exactly. Because you putting pressure on the quarterback. He didn't have time.
Like he didn't have time just to realize, like he knew what was happening. Like there might have been like it might have been 6 coming in. It might have been 6 coming in instead of like and then 5 up in the back. But still, it's like, what are you going to do?
Right. Like, I mean, the words of Stephen A. Smith, Jaden, he back there, he called his mama, called his grandma, called his girlfriend. Hey, how y'all doing? What's dinner tonight? He got all this time. No, put pressure on dude, make dude throw it short, get rid of it quick. Make him run it. I don't care. Because once you cross the line of scrimmage, you can't throw it forward anymore. You cross the line of scrimmage. So, yeah, I never understood that. Okay, CGP News. Let's go. We're going to run down here real quick. We're going all offensive players. Arizona Cardinals, nope. Falcons, nope. Panthers, nope. He's defense. We have Jordan Love, groin injury.
That was a big one. I think that messed up.
Shows. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna think like that injury right there. I think that messed up their chances. They still end up winning though, right? They
did win. They did. Yeah, they still won. And they got
Detroit. So fantasy wise, I think that messed up some of the numbers on some of the guys. Some of the people that actually had Jordan Love.
He didn't have a big day because of that. Yeah. Yep. So the MRI showed it was not a major injury. It's a strain growing. He's considered day to day. Has the potential to play Sunday. They play the rolling, steaming Detroit Lions. Stephon Diggs, oh my God, appeared to have suffered non-contact knee injury. You know what that means? That is probably ACL. That's what they fear. He's supposed to have an MRI sometime this week.
But didn't he come back into the game afterwards a little bit too?
That I do not know. I did not watch much of that game.
I thought he came in at the end of it too. Like I thought he came in after he had that. Because he went down and then he ended up. I thought he like now y'all guys out there, let me know. Like I watched a little bit of this game. Towards the end, he did come back in. I thought. Y'all let me know if I'm right or wrong.
It does say he was initially listed as questionable to return, but then later downgraded to out. I'm not sure. Jacksonville Jaguars, Christian Kirk, broken collarbone. He is done for the season. That sucks. Brian Thomas Jr. chest. He's out 2 to 4 weeks. Well, the MRI shows that it didn't show anything severe. There's a chance he could play this week. I would probably give him a week or two. They suck. They're 2-6. So I don't know if I would even bring him back. Gabe Davis shoulder. He was ruled out for that. Okay, boom, boom, boom. The Vikings, Christian Derrick. Oh, I hate that. I know he's not offense, but they're gonna miss him. Christian Derrick is a good left tackle. Drake May, concussion. He was out, hit hard for a concussion. They did beat the Jets. Chris Olave, it says taking a hit midway through the first quarter. The receivers checked out the blue tent. Saint says he was evaluated for concussion and cleared to return. He returned. Okay. Oh my God, this can't be true. Kendre Miller, after suffering a hamstring injury. Oh my God, not again. You know what? I listened to you on drafting him in another league. Never again. That's twice. Because I listened to you for Kendre Miller, and I listened to you for what's that boy name? For the Raiders drafted, the tight end, Michael Mayer. Yeah, I knew it. So I stuck to my gun. Listen to somebody who won 3 chips. We'll leave it there.
Hey,
Jordan Mason.
Think about it. I give him 3 years, dog.
I need to see something a little sooner than that. Jordan Mason left in the second quarter, did not return. Head coach Sal, he could have returned to the game. Maybe. We don't know. Debo Samuel says ribs. Listen to question. Christian McCaffrey supposed to come back. He's gonna hit it hard this week. We're gonna see what happened. He may come back after they're on a bye. So I guess week 10 is in for Christian McCaffrey. I know you all up on there. You ready for that? DK Metcalf, he missed. Obviously, he's looking optimistic that he could play this week. Of course, you need to practice first. Let's keep up, and I think that's it. That's all I have for his offense. Sterling Shepard, hamstring.
So now we're gonna go to a little bit of the game. Like, what are your thoughts about Jameis Winston and then the Browns beating?
I knew it was gonna happen. I won money on them. Only thing I'm mad about is that I didn't pick the money line. I picked them, I think, +7. I wish I had played the money line. I would have got paid more. I knew it was going to happen. It was timing. It was just is what it is. But I'm sure you're asking me the question of how he looked at that offense. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, hey, that's more than Deshaun Watson has not thrown for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns in the game since he built the Cleveland Browns. So what does that tell you?
I think it might be similar to that situation down up in Indianapolis.
Oh, my God. Let's talk about that after we get through this. Oh, my God. That is not a good look. Not a good look.
No, it's not. But I really think the Browns are going to make a push for that playoff run if Jameis stays the starting QB. I can see them physically making a push.
I wouldn't bring in the young buck. I don't know how young buck was number 2.
I think it's just probably because he's been there longer. And Jameis needed like maybe another week just to understand like the playoff, like the playbook even more in depth. But he's a pro, so he should already knew the playbook. Like,
right,
very smart, intelligent young man. But yeah, man, I think the Browns are going to start to make a roll. They already traded away one of their key pieces, and normally that's when teams make a surprising push also as well. Like once they get rid of like one of their assets. But yeah, man, let's go to that Indianapolis Colts, man. We are still up in CGP news, and we are getting into it about the Colts and their QB situation, trying to understand what's going to happen. So yeah, let's talk about it.
I can tell you that Buddy wanted to come out because of he was tired. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable as an NFL quarterback. Unacceptable. Not a good look. I know this is only like your 18th game, I think, or whatever number. You're in the teens as far as starting, and you only played 13 in college, so you're probably at 20-something in overall, bro. That's not a good look. You tired? Yeah. What?
You're a QB, man. You're supposed to be able to take. You best suck it up, man.
Right, and you got Joe Flacco over there ready, like. at the ready, and look better in the offense than you. So, and then the coach says today, he's a starter today. That's not good. That's not good at all. I mean, we knew it was going to be a project, and he's supposed to give him some time, but you can't do that, bro.
Yeah, I think it's sort of like what we talked about before is that then if there are certain QBs who you need to push out there right away because they're ready for it, and there's certain QBs that you just need to have them as a project and just let them sit for a year and a half before you push them. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody trying to win right now. And looking at the probability, if you're actually looking at it right now, some of the teams that are actually doing better are one that have been in the actual league the longest. Like when I mean the league, like played college as a starter longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jaden Daniels example, got them reps at Arizona State, took his licks. Then all of a sudden came to LSU, took more licks, still understand the game because LSU played a lot faster than Arizona State, I think, personally.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he got into the league, he had a good base built around him already. And they just went straight defense. They already had the offense on the side. They had just had little pieces here and there just to add, and they did that. And I think that's how people should actually build a team and look to see what they have and not just listen to what some of the outsiders say that they have left or listen to like one of the head coaches that say they're only one piece away. And if you're not one piece away, then you're many pieces away.
And your one piece can't be a rookie quarterback. Like I remember the interview you threw right before the half, like, bro. It's a minute and whatever left on the clock. You ain't like you on your own like 20-yard line, 15-yard line. Shane Steichen, why are you throwing the ball with him? What are you doing? It was tied. The game was tied at that point. I think it was tied. I was like, why are you throwing the ball with him? You got a minute. Like, he's not going to drive the field in a minute or even get 50-some yards. Like, stop. And what did he do? Throw an interception. Like, you set him up for failure. What are we doing? Just kneel the ball. Let's go into halftime. Let's go into halftime tied up. Let's come back out. Let's see if we can win this game. Now you down 7 going to half. You already behind the 8 ball. Like, your coach set you up for failure on that one. And he's late on the throws, like he late on an out route. You can't be late on an out route. You cannot be late on those, man. They're gonna get picked off and go pick 6. What are we doing? So yeah, they should have just got Joe Flacco last year, let him sit behind him for a whole year, and just let him mature back there and come back with him full speed this year. Because he need those game reps. I get it. He does need those game reps, but man. Yeah. Same thing with Bryce Young. I mean, see this ass on the bench. Let him sit on the bench for a few weeks. Maybe he can learn something. And he also heal up. Don't worry about him getting hurt because he stay hurt. You know, his problem is he can make a 60-yard bomb, but he can't make the layups. You gotta hit the layups, man. You gotta hit those layups. Either all or nothing. So yeah. You can't what was he like? I said at one point he was 5 for 21 yesterday. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Sorry, on a tangent. Not how I planned it. Let's go. What's next?
Man, thank y'all for listening to the CGP news. Hey man, hush up, man. We cut this at, man. Don't be saying 8 minutes, and now I got to go back and cut this out. Man, we had a good thing for CGP news. Now let's go to the last and final segment: buy, sell, and hold. Rebuilding with draft picks versus adding aging stars. So what we're going to do here in this segment, we ain't going to do the buy, sell, and hold and like what we're doing. We're actually going to tell people what we would do in certain situations. And prime example, I'm going to use myself for example. I'm actually going to pull up my team and I'm going to tell you what I just had happen to me. Like my team is like on the cusp of actually winning, or not winning, but like being competitive. They can give me like that extra into it. So I ended up getting a trade offer. I had Lamar Jackson and I also have DJ Moore. The guy wanted those 2 guys. And in return, I ended up getting and me, like I know the guy wanted Lamar Jackson. So I was like, just to put more contents around it. My team is actually 3-4. So I'm like on the straddle line. So I'm trying to get more assets on my team, guys that I think that can do better. And then, because my team is not bad, it's just they're not producing properly well. So, in other words, yes, my team is bad. They're not they're not winning. But so what I ended up doing is I traded Lamar Jackson and DJ Moore, and in return, I got, and y'all tell me which y'all have made this trade or not. I ended up getting, and I made sure I got this deal because I think this trade is probably by far like the best. It might have been like highway robbery. I'm not gonna lie. I got Jared Goff to swap out for Lamar Jackson. I know it's a tier drop down, but in return, I did get CD Lamb.
Oh, wow. He had a monster day yesterday.
Yes. And then I also got Tyron Tracey Jr., which I think he might end up being,
as we speak.
I think he might end up being a starter if they do not get another running back next year, which I could still see them getting that, which that might take a ding.
So much, though. But you're right. I mean, if I get one in the third round, he needs so much.
Then I also got back Jaden Reed as well.
Oh, wow.
In this. And then last but not least, I also got Dalvin Cook. So that's nothing spectacular. But that was the trade. It was
for Lamar and who? Who should give it? Lamar and who else?
And DJ Moore.
For CD Lamb, Jared Goff, Dalvin Cook, and Jaden Reed. Yeah. That was
and then Tyron Chase.
You want to, yeah. And Tyron. He 5 players to 2. Yeah. I think you won that one. Now Lamar could be a league winner if he on pace.
Well, the guy's 6-1. Like the guy's 6-1. And I told him, I was like, hey, if you want this daggone trade, if you want Lamar, you got to show me you want Lamar. And he hit accept, and he showed me that he wanted Lamar. I didn't think he was going to accept. You know, you're using out them trades, and you'd be like, this dude ain't going to really.
Right.
He ain't going to hit accept, and the dude hit accept. But for the people that are actually out there and wanting to understand my analogy behind, yes, I know Lamar Jackson is like a league winner QB. My team is 3-4 currently right now. And DJ Moore, I like him a lot. But I do like CeeDee Lamb a lot more at wide receiver. And I am still high. I am still high on Jared Goff, which I think he has another 2 years left. That he can still be that top tier QB,
productive.
Yeah. And then I also ended up getting Jaden Reed, which I think he has a great potential to be the number one if given in that offense. But it seems like it's like a 3-person race. They don't know which person they want to give it to: Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, or Romeo Dobbs. So I don't know who they want to give it to. And then Tyron Chase Jr., I liked him coming out this year from Purdue, and I love that he ended up landing with the Giants. And I knew for a fact that he was going to end up taking the starting role.
Yeah.
It just needed he just needed time. And now since he's showing, as you can tell, like we are filming this on Monday night, and he is going off right now, which what week is this? It is week 8. And that's normally when the rookies start extending their role, and you're starting to understand like, hey, this might be a guy that I want to pinpoint because he's starting to get more workload, and he's probably going to end up producing more. And last but not least, Dalvin Cook, just got him because I was like, hey, Dallas Cowboys, you know how you just throw that dart in there just to see if something happens? If something happens, hey, he can do what he needs to do. We'll see what ends up happening. It's the Dallas Cowboys. Duke can end up having a resurgent year, and now he's back again up on that Zeke Elliott tour next year. But yeah, so that's my process of me. I had agent veterans, and I had actually both up on it. I had rebuild. I didn't have any draft picks, so I haven't did that yet. But there's a league that I can give an examples for that as well. Do you have any examples of what you would do in some of these situations that you might be going after right now? Let's talk about a league that we're not in together. Maybe it's the league that you host. What are you trying to do up in that league? Unless you want to say what you're trying to do up in the leagues that we are together in.
Not to you. In that league that I'm the commissioner, I'm kicking ass and taking names. I'm gonna be 7-1.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything I initially need to do. Look at my team. I do have Kyler Murray. He up and down. I would like to get I have Kyler Murray and Drake May as my quarterback. I would like to get a little bit better at that. Other than that, I mean, I got Kenneth Walker, who's having a pretty good year. Jameer Gibbs, DJ Moore. I got Amon Ra. I got Trey McBride. I was able to get Kareem Hunt. I was able to get Brian Thomas Jr. Now he hurt now, but I was able to get him. Somebody drafted him in the first round, then cut him. I say, well, let me go get him. I'm about to extend him. It's like 4 years, 90-some million. I'm about to extend him. I don't know what I need to do, to be honest. I like the way my team is constructed. I just need to just keep winning. But in this league, I've had the best record 3 times. Well, I have it now. I've had the best record twice, and I always lose in the division round. I have not made. I think I made a. I don't think I made a championship game. I don't understand it. I feel like I'm the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers after he won Super Bowl. Like I have the best record, and I lose in the division round. I don't know. I don't know how much. I don't know what else I need to do. Let's upgrade a quarterback. Honestly, but I'm stingy. I'm not trying to get rid of no first round pick. Like, I only got mine. It'd be like 110, 111, 112, but I don't want to get it up. I just need to hold serve. Just keep what my team is doing. Let's get this dub.
Yeah, man, I understand that. And y'all let us know down there too, also as well. Like, if you've been in the league that you had the number 1 record, did you end up winning the league overall in the regular season, going into the playoffs and getting your championship, or did you end up getting knocked out? Because every league that I've had the best record in, I always make it to the championship round and I always lose. Those have been my only losses.
Not in our league. You've had the first year you win like 12. You won 12 games. That had to be the best record.
I didn't have the.
We had a better record than you the first year.
I think Patrick did.
Okay.
Because he had the number 1 seed.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I had the best record. Or like when I had the best record, my team was. I ended up losing to you, and then I also lost to Dreadnoughts.
That's annoying having the best record. Know your team you got the best record in the league.
That's sort of like with you last year. Like you had the best record, didn't you?
In this league?
Yeah.
I think I did. I did. I lost in the division round.
Yep.
I also had the best points for and points lost spread or whatever. I can't think of what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So I had the best. Yeah, I had the best team, but goddamn choked, man. My team of wide receivers didn't show up.
Yep. So since he's talking about that, so now I'm gonna bring to y'all a team that I told you I was gonna talk to you about this team and tell you, y'all let me know what I should do down up in the comments. Give me some help out here. I know the route that I want to go, but this is the league that I said I like. Whenever you've been winning for so long, you like doing different strategies. This league, I went nothing but straight top tier tight ends. Top tier tight ends. My record now is 4-10. 4-10. But on this team, like the team is not bad, everybody. The team is not bad. It's just I do not have that second QB. My QB is Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Saquon Barkley at running back, Derrick Henry at running back, Lad McConkey at wide receiver, Stephon Diggs at wide receiver, Tyreek Hill at wide receiver, Trey McBride at tight end, Chuba Hubbard as like a flex spot, Dalton Kincaid and Travis Kelce. And I also got DeAndre Hopkins and like Malik Neighbors. Let me see if I got anybody else on my bench that's notable. I did end up picking up Noah Brown, the guy that ended up winning that championship. That's just kidding. No, I ain't starting him. Like he wasn't going to crack the webs. And then my other tight ends that I have on the bench, it is Ben Sinnott, Jatavian Sanders, Dallas Goedert, and I also have 2 other tight ends out there that I'm hoping that they're going to end up doing something in the wild. It's Jared Wiley and I forgot this other guy's name. I forgot his first name. Dylan Holker. So we'll see what he ends up doing. But yeah, so that team right there, I'm 4-10. I do have some trade pieces away. A guy wants Derrick Henry. And the funny thing about this, Mr. K Camp, is that the guy who I'm going up against this week sent me a trade. Like, let me tell you what this dude said. Like, the dude is like top notch hilarious. He came up to me and was like, "Hey, I see that you got Asian veterans. Go in and take this trade just so you can get better for the future." And I was like, "Okay, let me see what you sending me." So he wanted Derrick Henry and then Tyreek Hill for DeAndre Swift, Kendre Miller, Tank Dell, and Jalen Polk.
No, bro, keep that.
I was like, what am I supposed to do with that? He was like, dude, that's a fair offer right there. You got 2 Asian veterans that you have up on your team, and then I'm giving you assets that are going to help you up in the future. Yeah. I was like, what assets on there is going to help me in the future? You have no first round picks. You have no second round picks. You have no third round picks for this up and coming draft. But you really think that DeAndre Swift and Kendre Miller are going to help me and Tank Dell and Jalen Polk? None of those guys are gonna come close to a Derrick Henry production or Tyreek Hill production. And that's combined. I'd rather land on the sword of Derrick Henry running off into the sunset and getting nothing for him than trading him for a piece of garbage that's not going to help me at all whatsoever. Yeah. And then the guy had the nerve to come back and was like, "Oh man, I didn't realize that trade was still out there. I'm glad you actually declined it because I just saw the numbers. Tank Dell and DeAndre Swift had the exact same numbers, similar to what oh shoot, he about to score.
He did score.
Okay. Similar to what Tyreek Hill did last week. I was like, dude, you have got to be smoking. So right now, I'm gonna get off on the tangent. I'm not even worrying about his trade. So I do have a trade that's on the line. Y'all let me know what y'all would do. I got a first round draft pick in 2025 on the table for Derrick Henry. Would you do it or would you not do it?
What's your team record?
4-10, and I got 4 first round picks next year.
Oh, you already got 4. I mean, you can make it 5.
So I'm thinking about making it 5, but he's also going to include. This is also a tight end premium league as well, just so you know. He's also going to include Isaiah Likely, and I'm getting him to try to include Roman Wilson. I'm just throwing Roman Wilson for like a dart throw. Maybe I can get him just he might do something next year. So I might trade away King Henry right there because my team ain't going to the playoffs.
Nope.
But my team could play, spoiler alert, though. I don't know. My team could make a run and just flip because in this league they do. You're playing against everybody else, but you're also playing against the median as well. So pretty much you got 2 games going on.
About that.
Yeah, so you got 2 games going on at point. So y'all let us know down up in the comments what y'all would do up in these situations. Are your teams similar to something like this? Just let us know. And for everybody that's made it this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to tell all your buddies. Because we greatly appreciate that, and because we could see down in the actual comments that 86% of y'all are watching, but you're not even liking or subscribing. So just go hit that like button.
You can't do that. I don't do that.
Man, it's free. It's free content, man.
Right. You gotta like us now. Come on.
Man, we just doing this just for entertainment. That's all.
It's only entertainment.
But this episode was brought to you by Strategy Focus. That's what it was. Strategy Focus, man. That's what we did this whole episode. Gave you different type of strategies, doing the rebuild and the go all in. And that's what Strategy Focus was about. Fancy question of the week. Is it time to rebuild or make a championship push? And the buy, sell, hold, rebuilding with draft picks versus Asian veterans. What would you do? Let us know down in the comments, man. Any last word, Mr. K Camp? I'm glad this is at the very end.
Cryptochronic Critter-like.
I'm glad
You ready? You
end.
good?
Yeah, man.
Right.
So, any last words, Mr. K-Camp?
Hey. Strategy Focused episode, what? 67 in the books. Look, we thank y'all for coming out. We know you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us, and we greatly appreciate that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, spread love, not hate.
Thanks for checking out another episode of Cerberus Gridiron Podcast, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode.